Alright, I guess we better do this with Black Ops 2 as well then, huh? So, Black Ops 2, it's not exactly well known for side Easter eggs, but you might be surprised how much there actually are within this game. I mean, there's certainly quite a few I definitely didn't know about, and hopefully you guys might be surprised as well to learn just how many side Easter eggs actually are within this game. And of course today we are starting off on transit, and once again, as was the case with the Black Ops 3 side Easter eggs video, we are not going to be doing anything pertaining to the main Easter egg quest, or anything in regards to getting the wonder weapon on the map, as personally I don't count those as a side Easter egg and I want that double points. And so here we are at Diner, where we can actually do the first side Easter egg, and that's the secret wall buy location here at the diner. I mean, a lot of you probably know about this already, but this is where you buy the Galvanuckles. There's quite a few other side Easter eggs here, like the diner signs. There's a lot of little things like that in transit. Okay, so now here we are in farm. There's actually a pretty cool side Easter egg here. So if we head in here and hold F on this TV. Okay, so now we need to go turn on the power. There's a teddy bear here, by the way. Part of the Easter egg song. God, it's always so bright in here, eh? Okay, so now with the power on, we should be able to head back to that TV. But there's a couple other things we may as well do while we're at it. Okay, so the next one, small wee Easter eggs actually here at the hut. You can see these monkey skulls. It's pretty cool. Whether that's meant to be the monkey bombs, I'm not sure. But it's a small side Easter egg, I suppose. Okay, so let's buy a jug here. Then our next teddy bear is located right here. And there's a few small wee side Easter eggs here as well. I mean, you've got the moon sign here, and there's a small piece of writing up there. It says something like now die. Okay, so finally we're back here at the bus depot, and there is our final teddy bear located right here. So now it's going to play the Easter egg song. Okay, so that song's finally over. There's a couple other Easter eggs we can do here. If you throw an EMP at the bus, it will completely stop it. So completely stops the bus in its tracks. Interestingly enough, so while I was researching Easter eggs for Black Ops 2, I came across this one thing where apparently if you look into the sniper scope, you can actually see what transit looks like before it all got blown up. But to be honest, I don't really see it. I mean, like, I can still see the lava through the scope and everything, so I'm not sure if that checks out. Alright, so let's catch the bus. And now if we head to this TV, and if you can keep going, it'll just play a bunch of quotes. Basically what it's doing is just explaining all the lore behind the tower that you light up for the Easter egg. It's quite cool though. I like the different ways they come up with to explain the lore. So there's a couple other that we need to do. I mean, they're not really side Easter eggs, but I thought I'd just include them for the sake of it. The next one is the secret route between the farm and the town. As you can see, you just drop down there. And then the last one, it's quite hard to see, but looking through the sniper scope, up in that house there is a painting of the tower that you light up during the Easter egg. And that's pretty much it for transit, really. Time to go deposit my points and move on to Diaryrise. Alright, so on Diaryrise now. Straight away in the spawn room, there are two wee Easter eggs here. The theory is that that's supposed to be Shinonuma and that this is supposed to be Shangri-La, supposedly. I mean, it's kind of up for interpretation really, isn't it? And truth be told, there's not really a whole lot of side Easter eggs on this map at all. The next one in this elevator is the fact that you can see PhD. Everyone's favorite, as you could probably imagine. Alright, so funnily enough, there's actually another TV here, just like transit, where you need to interact here. I don't know why, but you have to hold it down for ages. Right, I got it to work. That took ages, but I think you have to hold it down, then turn on the power, and then continue holding. Alright, so that's pretty cool, but it's just basically the same as transit. It just gives you a bit of backstory about the place, how the zombie outbreak happened. Alright, so now we're going to head up, we're going to grab the Bowie knife, and we're going to wait for a Nova Crawler round, or jumping jack round, whatever you call the things. Diaryrise has got one of the coolest skyboxes, eh? I never understand how people can say that this map is better than transit. I'd rather play transit any day of the week over Diaryrise, honestly. It's just so painful, this map. It's mainly just because of the elevators. Like, I don't know, I just can't stand having to wait around all the time for them. Like, at least on transit, if you really want to, you can just run through the fog. Like, sure, it's not the greatest experience in the world, but it's at least doable. On here, it's like you just have to wait. It's so annoying. Right, here we go. So basically, you're all probably aware of it. If you knife all the jumping jacks, or you get 100% accuracy with your weapon, which is pretty hard to do. So it's always easy just to use the Bowie knife or the Galvanuckles. You'll get a free perk. And we got quick revive. Wow. Now all that's left is just activate the Easter egg song. And once again, I'm having to wait around for more elevators. Okay, so first teddy bear is right here. Got the upside down box here as well. Next teddy bear is right here. Then there is actually one more teddy bear right here. Okay, so before we move on to Nuke Town, there is actually one more side Easter egg on Diaryrise, and that's found at the game over screen. Teaser for Mob of the Dead. So now on Nuke Town, believe it or not, there's actually a fair few side Easter eggs on this map. And we're going to start off right away by activating the teddy bear here located in this bus. There's a couple of cool wee Easter eggs located outside each of these houses here. First one, mailbox here, has woods. Next one has got Mason, obviously pertaining to the Black Ops 1 campaign. If you didn't know, Nuke Town is actually intertwined with the map Moon from Black Ops 1, where basically the events of Nuke Town take place at the same time as Moon. And there's a lot of small Easter eggs within this map that have something to do with Moon. And the first one is a TV in this house here. So what we're going to do, we're going to end the zombie now. If we head in here, pretty cool. As you could probably tell, that's Richtofen doing the egg step on the Moon Easter egg. And one of the Easter eggs on this map, which is in relation to Moon as well, requires us to go all the way up to round 25. And if you don't know why, you'll see very soon. But basically that TV screen in there, every couple of rounds, will play a part of the Moon Easter egg. And then we've got our next teddy bear here, located through very cheekily placed. And then we come over to this bunker here, which has got Marlton in it from the Victus crew on Transit, Diaryrise and Buried. Why they decided to put the most painful character ever created in that bunker, I don't know why. If you knife it, interact with the bunker, you can hear him talking. Rightio, so the next Easter egg can be found here on this bookshelf. You can see Edward Richtofen's books. And then the third teddy bear of the first Easter egg song we're going to be playing can be found right here. Alright, let's go Jug, round 6, I'll take that. Alright, so the next Easter egg we're going to do involves knocking off all the mannequin heads. A very traditional Nuke Town Easter egg, you could say. And then we got the last one in there, look at that cheeky little bugger. And that's the transit bus horn as well on round 7. Okay, so now we're going to do the third and final Easter egg song. And what we need to do is get that clock, the white arm, to be pointing to the number 1. And we need the population counter to read 15, i.e. 115. And then I'll show you what happens. Alright, just 4 more. Alright, so now it's on 15 and the 1. Now what we do is we head out to the yellow house here, being mindful not to take out any zombies in the process. Come to this door, grab the power up, and that's how you activate the third Easter egg song on this map. Dang, bro. Every single Easter egg song on this map is just an absolute banger. Maybe that's what Nuke Town's thing is, eh? To just have some sick Easter egg songs. Anyway, now I've done pretty much every single side Easter egg on this map, apart from the last one. And so I'll see you guys at round 25. Oh my gosh. I'm in a right pickle here. I got completely screwed over by something on my screen. I don't know how I got out of that. Our final perk finally spawned in. Speed Cola, thank you very much, sir. Alrightio. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I am, end of round 24. And as you can see at the moment, the zombies' eyes are yellow. But watch what happens when I end the round and go on to round 25. So at the moment in the Moon Easter egg, Richtofen has taken over Samantha. And as you can see now, instead of being yellow, zombies' eyes are now blue. And thankfully that signifies the end of Nuke Town zombies. Time to move on to Mob of the Dead. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we're really getting into the juicy stuff here. Mob of the Dead. I'm pretty sure this map single-handedly has the most side Easter eggs out of all of Black Ops 2. The only one that could potentially rival it is Origins, but I think this one has more. Better ones at least anyway. And we're going to kick things off straight away by activating our first music. Oh, didn't mean to do that. music bottle right here. And then we've actually also got our first Weasel scrapbook piece right there. There's a cipher right there as well. In fact, pretty much all the ciphers on this map are like that, located within the jail cells. So I'll show you guys a couple others while I'm at it. But we are going to be finding every single scrap piece as well. Otherwise, for this map, we are going to be doing a full-on setup. The next Weasel scrap piece is located right there. There's another cipher located right there. Alright, let's get started on our first dog here. And while I'm here, I can show you guys another wee side Easter egg. You can throw grenades into the lava here and get a free 20 points. I've also always wondered if that's meant to be like a foreshadowing for Buried. It kind of looks like the rift that you see at the start of the game, eh? Okay, that should be enough. Funnily enough as well, we actually have to play 2 games of Mob of the Dead in order to complete everything. And you'll see why soon as well. Showers. Okay, so there's another comic book piece right there. And another one right here. But before we find more, we're going to head down to the docks and complete our dog. And also get Jug too. Okay, so that's the last dog done. Oh no. Oh, bro, what am I doing? Alright, here's our Hell's Retriever. And we're going to start the Redeem upgrade as well, because I guess that's technically a side Easter egg. And first step is just to get a bunch of kills here on Alcatraz until you hear an Afterlife sound. Ah, man. Alright, so let's do this while we can. Alright, we gotta haul it. Okay, so we've got all the kills we need to get here on Alcatraz. Alright, let's start getting our Blundergat now as well. That's 2. And while we're at it, we'll get a few more comic book pieces as well. So there's one there, another one there, another one there, another one here, one here in the showers as well, located on that lip. And then another one here in the cafeteria is located right here. And then another one can be found on this mattress here. And while we're at it, we may as well get the last one too. And the last one is found up here on the roof, right in the corner there. Next skull. Okay, that's 4. And then finally the last one right here. And we'll take our free Blundergat. And funny enough, that painting there is a painting of the Tower of Babel, which, if you didn't know, is a reference to Transit's Easter egg. Okay, so we may as well make our way over to the Golden Gate Bridge now. If you didn't know, you actually got to pop up here on these boxes, but you can't actually build it there. Ah, that would happen, wouldn't it? Just would happen, eh? Unbelievable. Yep, so we got the Afterlife sound. We can head back now. Right, so what we do is we throw our Hell's Redeemer in the lava here. Alright, upgraded Blundergat now. Okay, so let's go and get our upgraded Hell's Retriever. And we're actually going to do another Easter egg as well while we're at it. Alright, so first things first. Hell's Redeemer, yeah, Hell's Redeemer, sorry. 1, 1, 5. Kind of a random Easter egg, you know. Alright, next up we're going to start our Golden Spork. So, find the poster. And then we go into Afterlife again, come in through this new secret opening, and shock the spoon. Alright, this is the other thing I was wanting to get. So if you go up over here and aim at the fireworks, you'll get a jump scare. But anyway, here is our next music bottle. And then we need to get our second spoon for the Golden Spork. Put it in the bathtub. And now what we need to do is head down into the showers. And it's done. Hold F on the bathtub again. Out comes our Golden Spork. There's one more side Easter egg I need to do before I just left with the music Easter eggs. And it's one you're probably either not expecting or don't remember. Activate this trap, hold down a grenade, come up here, and turn on that. And it's actually a secret upgrade to this tower trap where it starts shooting RPGs instead of sniper fire. I mean, while it is pretty cool, it's actually worse than what it is upgraded, because it just ends up making a ton of crawlers. Rightio, so here's our final Easter egg bottle right here. Alright, so now let's activate our second Easter egg song. So we do that by putting in 9, 3, 5. And then after this, we've got to restart and do one more thing on a new game. So I'll see you there. Here we are now on our second game. And for this one, we don't actually have to do a thing. And what that does is activates a second secret ending. Pretty cool. Now let's move on to Buried. Alright, here, ladies and gentlemen, here we are now on Buried, a map that's, to be fair, kind of lacking in side Easter eggs, but at the same time, the ones that are on this map are pretty interesting. And there's also a couple other little secrets that I'm going to be finding while I'm here as well. And the first one of those is actually Dr. Monty's scarf, located here and here. Something that we're going to feature in quite a lot of zombies maps to come. The other one in the spawn room can actually be found in the sign here. I'm pretty sure this is a reference to one of the developers at Treyarch. Right, so the first one we're going to do, proper side Easter egg, is this LSAT wall buy. And I almost didn't get it. And we'll activate our first teddy bear here as well. Then we'll open up the big man, another teddy bear right here. And one of the small wee touches in Buried is all the books located around the map. They're all quite famous and well-known books, like Frankenstein right there. Kind of a cool touch. This can be found in the store here, Gone Fishing. Which, I wonder if that's meant to be a reference to Jimmy Zielinski, since this was the last map that he made before Blundell fully took over. Who would know? Right, so what we're looking for first up is the ballistic knife. Alright, here we go. Right, so what I'm actually going to first do is break down this fountain here. That is also part of a side Easter egg, technically. Alright, no, so the first step with a ballistic knife side Easter egg, stand here, get a bullseye, and this piano starts playing through the witch's house. And what we're actually going to do is just run all the way around. And if you come to here, you can see the witch that's playing the piano. All you have to do, come to this box, tip $10 and you get a free perk. Pretty random, but definitely one of the coolest side Easter eggs within Black Ops 2. I quite like how it makes good use out of an otherwise pretty useless weapon. And then there's also the free perk from the witches as well. Ain't gonna complain about that. Alright, so we're gonna go head back through, and while we're at it, we'll activate the third and final teddy bear here. Oh my, bro, that was so long. Alright, now that that's over, we can go on to the next sort of side Easter egg that I've been doing. If you break this here, and because I broke that one near the church with Leroy, you can jump down here and you'll get transported back up here. As far as I'm aware, this is the only way to get back up to spawn. And that's pretty much it really for Buried. I guess I could show you a couple more things. If you bring Leroy to the building table, give him some candy, he'll go ahead and build something for you. And he built us a subsurface resonator. But anyway, with that, it's time to move on to Origins. Alrightio, and here we now have finally what is surprisingly a map that is quite lackluster in terms of side Easter eggs, Origins. There's not really a lot of side Easter eggs to do on this map, to be honest. Bear in mind, the ones that are on this map are pretty good, I guess you could say, but there's just not really a lot of them to do. So I figured we may as well try and find as many ciphers as we can at the same time while we're at it. And we can actually kick things off straight away by activating our first rock here, and then activating 1 and 1. So both part of separate song Easter eggs here, and we can start trying to get our ice stuff as well, as we're going for all red dig sites today. Beauty. So the first cipher can actually be found right here, and I think you actually have to throw a grenade at it. Yep, which blows off that cover there, and then you've got a cipher right at the back there. So Max's drone part number 2. Yes. I don't know why I find it so hard to hit headshots with this thing. Okay, got our second green rock here. Okay, so just like Buried, there's Dr. Monty's scarf on this map as well, and we're going to activate our third green rock here. Oh no. Look, alright, I know that song's a classic and all, but alright, before we pick that up, we're actually gonna activate the first radio in the other song that I'm sure a lot of people probably don't know about. So first one's here. Okay, Max's drone built now too. Alright, and the second radio can be found right here. Okay, I'll grab stamina up as well. Alright, so for this staff upgrade. A lot of people, you know, use a guide, but you can actually get it pretty fast with just trial and error. So we know that that one means that, and we can kind of guess that one is, I don't know, that one. It's not. Try this one. Yep, so now we know it's that one. Is there. I know that is I. And we know that's not that one, so it must be that one, and then that one's done too. So you can do it pretty quickly. Alright, so let's go move on to the Panzer round. And we need to head down this way anyway, so we might as well hunt for more dig site. I'm really hoping to get golden shovel ASAP. Bro, the staff just makes it so easy. Speed cola. Alright, that's done now too. So I'm pretty sure there's one around here somewhere. Okay, there's one. Then I need you to grab another one over here, please, sir. Okay, then we got another one up there. There we go, there's 3. And that's exactly what I wanted. Thank you. And golden shovel. So, and we'll take that back. So we'll start hunting for our first red dig site now. There's 2. By the way, this is technically another side Easter egg, I suppose. Free zombie blood. And off we go. Quickly. And not down there. Okay, so it's not around here. Alright, and then we'll get our last Maxis drone piece, which is over here. Oh, that's a perfect zombie blood actually. And then now, as we collected all those things with the Maxis drone, you get a free MG08. Free Pack-a-Punch MG08 actually, but I'm actually going to wait until I put the ice staff in its pedestal because I want to have one more go with the zombie blood. Alright, ice staff is done. And we'll grab that. Okay, so you guys remember those 2 ones I activated at spawn? Well, you come here and shocker, activate 5 to make 115. I know, right? Who would have guessed? Alright, and there's our golden helmet as well. Ah, found it. Ah, that's so close. What? Oh, zombie blood. Alright, so first red dig site. Don't know how I didn't see that. Might as well grab mule kick. About the only time I ever buy this pick. Bruh, 3 rounds of rain in a row. Unbelievable. And here's our second dig site. You beauty. Let's grab our next pick. Dead shot. And there's number 3. Alright, our next pick. Electric cherry. Alright, and here's the jump scare. And we got our last pick bottle. Finally. Alright, that's all done. So now all that's left to do is just grab our remaining 2 perks. I'll show you guys some more ciphers and then it's just activating the last Easter egg and we're all done. There's PhD and finally double tap. Alright, and here's the last radio for the 3rd song. Alright, so there's another cipher up there in the Thor robot. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and then there's also another cipher here up near the lightning stuff part of the tank. That concludes Origins and subsequently Black Ops 2 as a whole. I hope you did enjoy and I'll see you all next week.